I just immediately, I'm just like, hey, she's like, hey, have you seen this dog? Like, he's lost. And I'm like, miss, he's not lost. He quit. That dog left his job. He was not happy with what was going on. I just picture the dog is like a Jack Russell Terrier. He works in the back of a Arby's now, and he's just talking to like the other line cooks, like she just wouldn't let me be like a fucking dog, you know? He's like, what the fuck was I doing in a Starbucks? I should have fucking. I'm tired of this. It goes out to everybody that sends their dogs to Starbucks. We're tired of it. I saw a service dog in the gym, and I was like walking by. I was like, well, this is fucked up. What's up, Balto? Kiss my ass. Okay. Let's see. Every once in a while, I like to just get a little random, get a little quirky. I like to send a Cash App request to Kanye West for $10,000. Just in the off chance he'll just look at his phone and just be like, fuck it. Off chance he'll just be like, oh fuck it, you could use it. And I picture Kim Kardashian leaning over and just being like, who is it, babe? Or yay. And he'll be like, it's that guy that keeps requesting to be a surrogate or a baby. And she's like, does he know that's not like scientifically possible? And he's like, yeah, I keep messaging him that, but he also messages back, God's plan. He's like, that's not even my song. And let's see. I guess we can all agree, we can all take into agreement, hopefully. This would be really weird if you guys don't. Racism is bad. Somebody in the back, I don't know. Somebody in the back, hear me out though. Like, the Indians, what? Okay, all right. Nah, racism is true, it's bad, but sometimes it can be like really funny. Like one time, like 2 weeks ago, yesterday, whatever time frame you guys are cool with for this, whatever makes this joke work. Yesterday, today, 12 a.m., I was walking past the library and I saw a woman get up and leave a table at the library, and I noticed she had left her umbrella at her table, right? And I just started calling her. I'm like, Miss, yo, you left your umbrella. And she like looks back at me, and I go, oh goodness. And she just starts walking faster away. And I'm like, Miss, your umbrella. And she just keeps walking, crosses the street. And I'm like, it was funny because it was raining. Like I watched this bitch, she chose pneumonia. She was like, my great-grandfather was a Grand Wizard, my grandfather was a Grand Wizard. Okay, I just picture, like I said, it's funny, like I said. Sorry, guy in the back, but hear me out though. Let's see, another, this is pretty fun, okay. I like to think I grew up like a smart, dumb kid. Like I was a smart kid, I like to read a lot, I read pretty early, but I took in a lot of information that I did not understand. And it just embarrassed me throughout my life. Like one of the things I remember that really embarrassed me around middle school area was I thought Transylvania was next to Pennsylvania until I was 17 years old. So everybody's like, oh, Twilight is amazing. I'm like, I am not going to Philadelphia. Because this shit is fucked up. Another thing, really dumb thing that I thought, I misunderstood the term guerrilla warfare. I had seen Congo around the same time. So, I'm looking in the history books, I'm like, yep, guerrillas, lasers, yeah, this makes sense. It embarrassed me on field trips and stuff. We went to the zoo one time, and we're hanging around the zoo, and they're like, hey, so students, what exhibit do you want to go see first at this zoo? And I'm the first one to raise my hand. I'm just like, I'd like to see the war veterans, please. Can I please take me to the wounded vets? I really want to pay my Harambe hit me pretty hard. And I just go to the gorilla exhibit and I just like put my hand on the glass and just like, thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you've done for us as an American people. This is going well. I'm like, okay. Let's see. All right. This is a personal thing. The older I get, the more I realize I can't party like I used to party. Like now, every time I go to a party, I have like an alcoholic adventure. Like something goes wrong. Something does not go the way it was going. Like the last party I went to, as I was leaving the party, I came downstairs and I saw my designated driver doing a keg stand. Right? And I immediately I'm like, you bitch. You're supposed to go home. But she's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. We're gonna be okay. And I was like, okay, cool. And I tossed her car keys and she missed the car keys and went over her shoulder into a fishbowl, killed a goldfish. And I remember looking at her just being like, you look good. Let's get out of here. Let's go So, we're driving home. She's driving home. She's swerving. Going all over the road. She's in the wrong lane. She's driving down the wrong way in a one-way. We were gonna make it, okay? We were gonna go home when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I realized that there is a police car driving very slowly behind us, right? Just driving real slow, I guess making sure she gets home safe. I'm not used to that. I'm used to profile pulled over. You've seen TV. But the thing that pisses me off is that I noticed a police car driving really slow behind us. And she noticed a police car driving really slow behind us. And I don't know what you guys learned in your driver's ed class, but apparently what she learned growing up was that when you're super drunk driving, swerving all over the road, playing really loud music, throwing burritos out of the window, and you notice a police car driving behind you, the obvious solution is to turn your headlights off. Because of course the police officer's like, what the fuck? He's like, where the fuck did she go? Was I following a fucking DeLorean? What the fuck? Is this a Back to the Future scenario? What the heck is going on? And it pissed me off, right? She turned her headlights off, looked at me, was like, lost him. I'm like, what the fuck? Spoiler alert, she got pulled over. It was either the mailbox she ran over or the homeless person. But and the DUI report went like this. It was a medium height female and a mysteriously open passenger side door. I could have sworn. I was like, bitch, I got my own headlights. All right, I don't know if this is a thing. This is just a random drunk thought I had based off my experience. Like sexuality is dope. It's a spectrum. Whatever you do, whatever you're into, it's fine. It's good. It's great, actually. But I always I have seen a few instances where women become lesbians, right? Because of a really bad breakup, right? They break up, the dude cheats on them with their best friend on their honeymoon, and they're just like, I am just about dick now. This is it. For me, she wears Vagina Forever shirts at TJ Maxx, and I'm just like, yo, Heather, you gotta chill. I just thought it was funny because I just don't see dudes that could just do that all the time. I Like if your male friend came up to you and just like, yeah, like really sad, like what's wrong, bro? And he's like, I don't know, man. Like my fiance, we get married. I get to the altar. She starts telling me all this shit. She slept with the best man. She slept with the groomsman. So I've been sucking dick for like 2 months. It's just something about watching sports with your best friend. Okay. So like, Barry, you have something to tell us? Mind your business. Kiss my ass. Let's see, one thing about me, I don't know anything about cars, but I like cars. I like Fast and Furious. I like everything about it. But the extent that I know about cars, like I know it goes into forward, and it can go backward. And then there's an N in the middle for never stop believing. And if it runs out of gas, I just like buy a new one, I guess. Like I hate like going to a mechanic who like, if something's wrong with your car, and he's like, yeah, your carburetor, everything, something's wrong, and you need to replace this. And I'm just looking, I'm like, yeah, kiss my ass. Just fix it, bro. I don't care. I don't have any money anyway. Like, I'm like, listen, you can fix it. It doesn't matter how much it costs, because whatever it is, if it's too much, this is your car now. Like, it does not matter. Uber exists. I will go home. I don't give a fuck. It's my girlfriend's car. Whatever. Okay. But yeah, have you ever seen like two dudes? This pisses me off. Two dudes that have like really nice cars in a parking lot, and they just start talking to each other. They're always like, dude, yo, come look at this, bro. And it's